This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. The University of Southern Indiana is growing its nearly 20-year relationship with Naval Surface Warfare Center Crane Division with a new education partnership agreement designed to provide science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as business management opportunities for USI students. USI Interim President Steve Bridges.
They could get hands-on experience potentially at Crane. So the opportunity to work hands-on with experts would be wonderful. The opportunity to utilize equipment that's being used in the marketplace today just makes our students stronger when they enter the workforce.
The university said the goal is to bridge the gap between academic learning and real-world applications in STEM. Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology is preparing to embark on a $10 million renovation of a 62-year-old first-year residence hall on the Terre Haute campus. The institute said the work on Speed Hall, set to begin later this year, is being funded by two anonymous gifts made by an alumnus and a local community leader. Governor Mike Braun has announced two new agency heads for the Indiana Department of Transportation and the Indiana Office of Technology. Lindsay Quist will lead INDOT as the second commissioner under Braun after Kent Abernathy, who held the role from January 13th to March 28th. Warren Leonard, who most recently served as Chief Operations and Information Officer for Byrider Auto Sales in Carmel, was tapped to lead the IoT. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Indiana lawmakers could ban all marijuana advertising within state lines under an amendment adopted Monday in a transportation-focused committee. IIB's Mark Mazurek has more.
The amendment goes beyond the billboard-specific prohibition taken in a Senate panel last week. Republican Representative Jim Pressel said his community is inundated with billboards advertising illegal marijuana. The district is near Michigan, which has legalized the drug. But that's not all. Pressel, who chairs the House Roads and Transportation Committee, said he and his constituents have received what look like political mailers advertising, quote, an illegal substance. He commandeered Senate Bill 73, dealing with utility trailer sales, for an amendment outlawing the advertising of marijuana and other drugs on Indiana's list of Schedule I controlled substances. Indiana's Attorney General could sue for injunctions, civil penalties of up to $15,000, and reasonable costs incurred throughout the investigation and lawsuit. Pressel told reporters that the panel, quote, deals with billboard issues all the time, but acknowledged that his amendment would also affect mailers, truck advertisements, television, and more. It also has the potential to impact online activity. When the issue of the First Amendment was brought up, Pressel cited a federal appeals court decision saying, quote, basically, if it's a criminal activity, you have no First Amendment right to advertise, end quote. The ban would take effect upon the bill's passage. Advertising from contracts entered into or renewed before the approval date would be exempt. The committee accepted the edits by consent. I'm Mark Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum is waving the checkered flag on its $60.5 million transformation. The museum will celebrate its grand reopening Wednesday after a year-and-a-half-long closure. The 100,000-square-foot building, which is inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway but operates independently, was essentially gutted to improve mechanical and electrical systems, as well as add a mezzanine level, an educational area, and several new exhibit spaces. You can view exclusive photos from our partners at the IBJ at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. We'll have more on the reopening on this weekend's edition of Inside Indiana Business Television. Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana CEO Kent Kramer is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.